Baby Reindeer. Now,
Heard of that? Yeah,
you've
someone's told me about that. Someone's told me
yeah,
should see
this
it.
is this is the thing because I remember when I first saw what the first time I heard of Baby Reindeer, I saw the thumbnail on Netflix. When you go into Netflix and it says Baby Reindeer, and I looked at it and I watched a little bit of the trailer and I was like, oh, I don't know about that, and I just ignored it. And then all of a sudden it blew up. Baby Reindeer blew up, and not just in the UK, around the world. This show has blown up, and it's based on a play or well, it's a one man show. It's based on a one man show, which was premiered at the Edinburgh Fringe by a comedian called Richard Gadd. And the basic premise, it's based on his life. Like pretty much everything that happens in the TV show happens to him. So he plays a fictionalized version of himself called Dunny Dunn, and he's a comedian. He's trying to move forward in his life. He's trying to make it big in the industry. Trying to be a writer. He's working in a pub in London. He's a Scottish guy, but he's working in a pub in London. And one day a woman comes in. She sort of like he looks at her and he immediately sort of like feels a little bit sorry for her, and she starts talking about how she's like this high flying lawyer and she has like all these clients and she works for a whole bunch of people, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you have to buy something if you're going to stay here. And she's like, oh, I can't afford anything, I don't have any money for anything, after even though she's just been talking about being like, this high flying lawyer. And he's like, okay, I'll tell you what, it's like, I'll give you a cup of tea, don't worry, it's on the house. And so he gives her this cup of tea, and she just sort of looks at him like, also like, oh, savior. Then she starts hanging out in the pub every single day. She starts hanging out in the pub every single day. She starts following him around and everything like that. And she essentially starts stalking him. And she starts stalking him, and it is essentially a show about a stalker. But the thing with this is because this actually happened to the guy, he has gone through and he has forensically tried to look at what actually happened. It's like, why did she pick on him, and did he egg her on? Because there's bits where he does things where it's stupid, where there's bits where she's stalking him, and you can see that this is beginning to get a bit bad, and that she's beginning to get a little bit attached. And he keeps doing things that you're like, yeah, as you're watching it, you're like, dude, you're just making it worse. Dude, oh no, you're making it. Why are you doing that? You're making it worse. But and it's not like a fatal attraction or something like
I
that
was
where
just going
he
to say, is it like bunny boiler sort of thing?
That's the thing. This show, and I think this is part of the reason why this show is getting so much buzz, is it could very easily be that. It could very
Right.
easily be Bunny Boiler. It could very easily be, look at this crazy woman who won't leave him alone and keeps following him around everywhere and keeps talking to him about and keeps talking to him about how many kids they could have and all that kind of stuff. Hi, Sharon.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Sharon's just come on. Sharon, wait, I'm talking about Baby Reindeer. And
Okay, got a buzz
yeah,
about that on Netflix, isn't there?
exactly. There's a lot of buzz about that around the world on this, and so it's. But at the same time, he looks at it. It isn't that show because he looks at it and he says, "I think I'm as much to blame for the situation as she
Right.
is."
Right.
So he goes through all the things that he did, and he wonders why did he do that, and why did he egg her on, and why did he not stop it here, and he goes through forensically like all this stuff that happened. And so I think it's gotten a bit of a comparison to Fleabag because it's a bit like somebody minding their own life in a very honest way to say what happened here, what goes on here. But it's the kind of show that you're watching and you think, okay, this is quite good, this is quite interesting because they do as much just to not make the woman look like, they don't just want her to appear like oh, stalker, that's the end of the story,
Got it.
crazy
Right.
person, that's the end of the story. There's a little bit, they go to great lengths to say that we think that she might have some mental issues and we
Mm.
need to, and he's tried very hard to protect the identity of this person because he doesn't, as I said, he sees himself as much to blame for the whole situation as she was. And it is really, really good. It is mercifully, the episodes are only 30 minutes long, and that was one of the things that made me go,
Oh,
yep.
that's quite good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
quite good.
30 minute long episodes, 7 episodes in total. And I think it's just really, really well done. It's really well done. It's really human. It's really kind of like flawed. Like every character is flawed. Everything has goes, and he asks some questions. Like there's stuff that has to do about his sexuality that he goes into, and the way he goes into it, it is a very But like, okay, sometimes you have some shows and then they are issues shows and they kind of go, this is the way it is, and don't ask any
Yeah.
questions about that whatsoever. But he's actually asking all these questions. He's going, hang on, what does this mean? I didn't start off this way, but now I'm like this. Why did that happen? What did it have to do with this? And there's an episode 4, that actually comes with a trigger warning before it that says, warning, this might contain some things that you might find worrying. If there's any, and that episode has had it has to do with abuse, and I think that's the episode that sort of has a lot of people going, oh my god. But I think this is a very, very good show. I really like the way he's gone about it. I really like the fact that he has been really. It's almost kind of like giving you an open and insight into an area you didn't have. It's a bit like
Right,
same thing with
yeah.
Fleabag.
So it's not like it's almost like a docudrama sort of thing, whereas it, or rather than compared to like Fatal Attraction or something like that.
Oh no, it's this is not sensationalist whatsoever. This
Right.
is
yeah. No, that's what I mean. So it's like so it's oh, that's good. Then.
It's a bit more kitchen sink. It's
right.
It's a bit more kitchen sink than that. But but as you're watching this, you will keep going. What that actually happened? Oh my god, that actually happened, because she got to the point where she was sending him something like 100 emails a day. Yeah, like honestly, and you just kind of go, what the, and it brings home, I think, how easily you could fall into a stalking sort of situation. And it's just a good show. It's just a really good show. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I would recommend you watch it because I don't want to spoil too much. And I feel like I think that the biggest thing about it, the biggest thing to recommend it, is the sort of searing honesty that
How many episodes?
7.
7, right? Okay.
7 episodes, half an hour each. I think it's well worth your time. But the half an hour thing made me go, yes, I'm watching this.